Welcome to another Tenno's Guide to Companions. Um, this guy's about companions. Basically, the differences between them, how you can get them, and some potentially interesting information. I'm likely to split this into two parts, one for the robotic companions and another for the beast companions. So, yeah, let's get into it then. For the first lot, I'm going to start off with the robotic companions. These include sentinels, moas, and hounds. So, sentinels are little floating companions that are usually used for utility. Sentinels, just like weapons, have different variants. Um, this includes the basic variants, as you can see with this one, normal version. You have your prime variants, and then your Prisma variants. Currently, there is only one Prisma companion, and that is Prisma Shade, which you can get from Barrow Katia when he decides to bring it back. So, what are the different uses for the companions? First, we've got Helios. Let me just take the skin off. So, Helios is a companion that is used for codex scanning. If you're really into the codex and the lore, this is your best friend. It takes the pain out of whenever some new enemy or item drops. He's here to scan it for you. As you can see, this mod, Investigator, will make Helios scan objects and enemies within, is that 50 meters? 50 meters over 2 seconds. It consumes a codex scanner charge, but if you have the Cephalon Samaris infinite charge scanners, it won't take up anything. So this is the mod at max. I really do suggest, if you're going to use him for codex scanning, you need to invest in this mod, max it out, because I used to run around with it not leveled at all, and it was a nightmare, especially in public matches, because everything would just immediately die and you'd never get to scan. So, next is Oculus. Let me just, here you go. This fun little guy will help you with fishing and scanning plants or plant collection. Let's see here. As you can see, botanist will make the Oculus Sentinel scan plants within 50 meters over 2 seconds, and it consumes a codex scanner charge. Again, if you have the infinite ones, it doesn't consume anything. Where is it? Ah, there it is. And if you got the scan aquatic life forms mod on him, it will die fish within 40 meters. No way. Oh yeah, it reveals hotspots within 100 meters and applies dye to the fish within 40 meters. So If you need to go out fishing, like if you're trying to build your necromech or trying to build Zors, this is your sentinel. So, okay, on to the next one, which is stealth. Now, stealth, if you want a sentinel for it, Shade is that sentinel. There's not really much use for a stealth sentinel, because most of the time you're either going to kill the enemies or you're going to have a frame that does stealth anyway. But if you really want a sentinel that specialises in stealth, Shade is that one. So as you can see, we've got two different types of shades, Prisma and Prime. Of course, there's a third one which is the normal, but you know. So as you can see, this Ghost mod is exclusive to Shade, and it cloaks the owner when enemies are within 24 meters. The cloak is disrupted if the owner attacks. So if you got this mod on, you can run round. As long as you don't attack, you should be fine. Okay. Yeah. So that's really it for Shade. He's a simple lass. And yeah. Another notable one is the Nautilus. This Sentinel is a special Sentinel for Railjack, as it will how do you say it, fix the ruptures in the Railjack. If you got this Omni mod on, the Nautilus has a 17% chance to repair nearby Railjack hull damages and extinguish fires on Railjack. It should be on the Railjack, but you know how DE can be. The cooldown is 20 seconds, which is fine if you got a good Railjack. Though I have been on some and that's terrible. There's also the Cordon mod, where the Nautilus forces enemies within 5 meters of the target into clusters for easier targeting. This one isn't really a Railjack helping mod, but instead a grouping mod, which can be useful in certain circumstances, like if you want to kill a bunch of enemies in a short amount of time, or I don't know, apply certain elements to them, like proc them or whatnot. So yeah, if you enjoy Railjack, definitely get yourself a Nautilus. It'll just make everything easier. Of course, if you do have a crew member that can fix the things, Nautilus isn't really that useful anymore. But in my opinion, he's the coolest looking one, so just for that, you gotta love him. So you might be wondering, how do you obtain these sentinels? It's very simple. Depending on the sentinel, depends how you get them. Some sentinels you find in the market. Just go to companions and tick this or cross it out. Hide items without blueprints. And as you can see, there are 6 sentinels that you can get in the market for absolutely free. This includes Carrier, Death Cube, Diriga, Worm or Wyrm, Taxon, and the basic shade. So, as you can see, if you click into it, you get the blueprint, just get the materials and then, yeah, done. So that's how you get those 6. Another way, oh, hello Nora Knight, is in your dojo. Your dojo is extremely useful for getting weapons, warframes, and it has a quite useful sentinel as well. Where is it? Research labs. As you can see, there's quite a lot. Was it Tenno lab? No. So it's going to be the Corpus one then. Energy lab. There we go. As you can see, this is where you get the Helios blueprint. So, again, if you're into lore and all that, this is how you can easily get the basic Helios. If you're not into lore, at least you'll have some mastery rank levels from it. So, next where you can get them. Oh, thank you. Next where you can get them is through relics. As you could see, we've got a few prime sentinels, and you'll get those obviously through relics. If you can see here, hold on, how do you spell it? I'll just put shade instead. Shade. As you can see, you put shade and you'll get a bunch. You get cerebrum in some, carapace in others, and the main blueprint in others. And then of course there's assistants, but I'm not gonna look through all the relics for it. So yeah, if there's a prime version of the sentinels, you'll get it in the relics. It usually releases with a Warframe that was released around the time. I can't really remember which frames those two were released with, but the shade one was released not too long ago, so yeah. Hello, Orders. So next way is through the Sisters of Parvos. But you might be like, hold on, you can't get Sentinels from the Sisters of Parvos. Oops. And you'd be right. So we're moving on to the hounds part now. These are quite useful companions and more on the side of stunning and then the more like secondary frames, if you want to put it that way. The hounds can have abilities just like the frames can, and instead of just like set abilities, any hound ability can go on any hound. For example, the repo audit will emit a pulse that disarms enemies within 30 meters. That can go on any hound, and there are a bunch of different things. If I can remember correctly, there's 9 different mods that you can get. This one makes 3 smaller versions of the hound. This one emits sparks that seek out near enemies and deal electric damage. Let me see. Other things that they can do is steal Eximus units powers. For example, the new Jade Light Eximus can summon that beam. If you put this mod onto the hounds, it can take that and summon its own beam. And also, while it's doing this, it will strip the Eximus's overguard by 50%. Of course, that will probably rise if you level up the mod. There's also ones where you can fire a beam of energy that deals heat damage. Though this one makes it so the hound can't move, which means it can easily get knocked down. So, yeah. This one teleports the hound to a safe distance. Not that useful, but it's there. This one is an orbital beacon, orbital strike, I mean. It's cool, but again, it's pretty meh. And this one launches shockwaves that knock down enemies, can be useful. For the things, this one's probably the coolest and the one that I would probably use the most. Though I need to go through this guy and sort out his mods. To get the mods, it depends on the head, the tail, and I think it's either the body or legs of it. The hounds also use their own weapons. As you can see, there's these 3. Yes, you can get ribbons for them. And they specialise in their own types of damage. This one's for impact and slash. This one's for impact and puncture. And this one's for puncture and slash. So, really depends which one you want. Either or doesn't really matter because the bite won't do much. These guys are really you shove on their ability mods and then you can have some fun with that. So, as I said, you can get these little cuties from the Sisters of Parvos, which you can get if you use a Zenith Granum Crown on one of those Granum Void portal hands. As you can see, I've currently got an active one. This dog, this hound here, if I kill her, I will get that hound. And of course, defeating these will give you hound parts as well to build your own hound. On top of if you kill her, you get her hound. If you capture them or convert them, you will not get the hound, but I do believe you get their hound parts. I suggest when running the Sisters of Parvos, encounter missions in the Railjack, always go with public because you will get more hound parts, especially if you're looking for a certain part that you don't have. It's always good to go in public for those. To get the Sisters of Parvos, you will need to complete the deadlock protocol and the call of the Tempest Starry, and then it will just allow you to get them. So, next are the moas. The moas are the hounds, but if they weren't good looking. This is my mower. He's called Obsidian. He's pretty meh. How'd you get the mowers? Great that you asked. You have to go all the way to Venus for Tuna. And then you need to talk to the vendor that also puts together your hound parts. He's called Legs and kind of looks like a mower himself. This guy. He is called something else before the quest that introduces you to this place, but after he gets called Legs. As you see, pets and parts, you can either configure a mower companion, configure a hound companion, you can browse his wares, you can look at the special for today and the other services. If you go into the wares, you can see all the different mower parts and different companion weapons. So just pick your favourite parts, build them, and then go into configure a mower companion. As you can see, you need a head, a body, a little thing, and then legs. Yeah, more like a backpack, and then like a front bit. And yeah, you just if I did own this, you can press this. He'll make it for you, and yeah. Also, you can go into today's special, and you could just buy a ready-built mower for platinum. Let's say you've built a mower or a hound. You can guild them, which you'll give them a name, and then you can start earning mastery experience from them. If you don't want them anymore, you can give them up for standing, and if you need to rename them, you can go there for it. So also, this is where you make hounds. You grab what's called a model, which is the head, a body, legs, and a tail, and it will give you a built hound. You can either build them yourself or keep running the sisters until you get one that you like. I would suggest building them yourself because it can take a long while for you to get the right parts for the hounds. Anyway, so that's how you get them all. You might be wondering, what is the use of the mowers? Great question again. Come on, where are they? There we go. As you can see, they are just hounds, but a lot more boring to look at. They can, if you put on this mod, it will generate. It will reverse gravity and inflict impact damage. This one deploys a mine. You know. Yeah, they're just basic. They're like basic versions of the hounds, except these ones can use normal weapons for sentinels instead of how hounds have to have their specialized ones. So, you might be wondering, how do you get that particle effect? I didn't think you could use ephemeras on them. You can, except you can only use lich ephemeras, Kuva lich specifically. You can't use sister ephemeras on companions, only Kuva lich ones. As you can see, I've got the Vengeful Flame ephemera and the Vengeful Chill ephemera, and you can put it on moas, hounds, sentinels. Where are they? And moas. So yeah. Let's see. For progression, sentinels in late game won't have much combat use at all, really, and are more utility items. For example, Helios, Nautilus, Noculus, those are probably some of the most useful companions, sentinels, that's the word, that you can have. Of course, you have hounds, which do stand up in the late game reasonably well, in my experience. But they're less on the utility side and more on the, if you want to look cool, run a hound. Yeah. Another thing that I should mention is specialized mods for companions called bond mods. Bond mods are extremely interesting and can be extremely powerful. As you can see, if the companion exceeds 1,200 max shields or over shields, then your fire rate is increased by 10%. Reloading restores 25 over shields to your companion. This one, finisher and mercy kills grant your companion 1 second of stealth. That attacks will not disrupt. After your companion uses abilities with cooldowns 10 times, you may cast the Warframe ability without expending energy. The bond mods are just extremely interesting mods and can be extremely useful. So I would suggest picking these up. You might be wondering how and where. On each hub for the 3 Origin system open worlds, including Deimos, including Cambion Drift and the Necrolisc, Plains of Eidolon and Cetus, and Venus, with Fortuna and the Orvalis. You can go talk to the conservation vendor, and you can purchase with standing 3 mods. I think it's 3 mods. I do believe it's 3 mods. Let's go to Sun.
You do well to listen to my grandmother from time to time. Oh, she was never a soldier or a scientist. Sometimes I think that freedom
As
of
you can
speech
see,
is what makes her the most intellectually nimble of us all.
there are 4 bond mods in this, in Sun's offerings. So yeah, just go round each open world that I mentioned, get the bond mods, and mess around with them to see which ones you like, which ones you don't like, and yeah,
Indeed.
indeed, as he says.
See you around.
So, yeah, definitely grab the bond mods. Okay, back down here. Let's see if I've missed anything. Different types, different versions, different uses, how to obtain, ephemeras, progress suggestions, and bond mods. I think that's it for companions. For the robotic companions, I mean. So, yeah, I will leave this one off here. If I did miss anything and you have further questions about the robotic companions, you can leave a comment and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. The next video will be about beast companions, which are Kubras, Kabats, etc. And basically what's up with them. So yeah, I hope you found this useful.
Operator, the system needs you.
Um,
Begin another mission.
Leave a like if you did find it useful or you just enjoyed listening to it. Subscribe to see other videos of mine. And yeah, I'll see you next time. If you want to know when the next video is going up about the beast companions, it will likely be tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you next time and have a good day, night, evening, whatever. See ya.